What treatment did you receive? And
He gave me some pills. I believe it was a Tenorol was the name of it.
okay, so when you moved to Vegas, you already had this pre-existing problem.
I did.
Tell me the symptoms that you were experiencing as a result of that.
I don't get symptoms like normal people. When my heart starts blocking up, I get a feeling in my jaws like I just sucked a lemon. You know, so if you ever get that, watch it. But
Well,
yeah,
don't speak directly
I'm sorry.
to the jury. The witness is indicating on either side of the jawline?
Yes, yes.
All right, thank you.
And what about your breathing? Your
Oh, I couldn't hardly walk to my mailbox because it was downhill. So to come back was a strain.
All right. Now, at some point, did you then call Dr. Murray?
Yes, approximately maybe 2 months after I actually moved into the house, I felt like we needed a doctor there in Vegas, and we had his card, so we called him up.
All right. And you scheduled an appointment with
I
him?
did. I explained to him what my problem was, and I explained to him that the other doctor said it couldn't be fixed, and he said, I can fix that. And he did,
And this was in 2000?
roughly. And I'm not real sure if it was 01, 2000, or 9. I just know he fixed it.
So after Dr. Murray said, I can fix that, what procedure did you get, or were you involved in that fixed it?
I went into the hospital. He does his procedures all at once. He gives you the angiogram, and if there's something wrong, he fixes it on the spot. So when he gave me that, he found out that I was indeed blocked, although he already knew that because he gave me tests that showed my heart. And he took the x-rays and said, here, this is where your heart is blocked. And I could clearly see that my heart was all blocked. And then when he was done, he gave me 7 stents the first month. And then he showed me I've cleared this half out with the x-rays. And then approximately a month to a month and a half later, he gave me the final 6 or 7. And when he was done, I was good to go.
And this was?
Approximately 2000, 2001.
11 years ago.
Yep. Yes.
What, if I were to ask you if you had an opinion about whether Dr. Murray showed patience and loyalty to his patients, would you have an opinion about that?
I would.
What would that opinion be?
Well, I'm 66. I've gone to a lot of doctors, and I've never had one who gave me the care that he did.
What about greed? Is he a greed?
When I went to see him, I had a type of insurance that didn't hardly pay for nothing. And I explained to him I can't really afford to do a lot of stuff, so he did it for me free. And then after I got my stents, it's kind of funny, my brother said, I want those, I want some of those.
The objection sustained. The answer remains. The partial answer dealing with the brother is stricken disregard.
Your brother is, what is your brother's name?
Jerry.
Jerry. Was he experiencing physical problems with his heart?
Before I did. He never had the money to get it fixed. He didn't have insurance at all.
Did your father have these heart problems as well?
I don't know. My father died real young. My mother did, though.
So your brother, when he was experiencing these problems, did you suggest that you take him to Dr. Murray?
He suggested I take him there. Once I got fixed, he told me, I want some of those. I want those in me. Because he had a real problem with angina since he was young.
All right. So he went to see Dr. Murray with you?
He did.
And what was his, you were there with him at the time. Can you tell us what transpired there?
Dr. Murray said, you need to go to emergency. You're playing with your own life. And he said, I can't afford to. He didn't want to lose a lousy little house. I mean, he didn't want to lose what he had going to a hospital with no insurance. So Dr. Murray said, okay, don't worry about it. I'll treat you free until you can turn 65. And he did.
Thank you very much. I'll pass the witness.
Chernoff, thank you. It's cross-examination by the people. Mr. Walgren?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Have you maintained contact with Dr. Murray since your treatment in, I believe you said 2000?
Well, yes, because I'd gone to see him after that also. I got the stents in 2000, but he was also my doctor. When I got sick, I'd go see him.
And he was your, I'm sorry, was he your next door neighbor? Is that what you said?
No, his children lived next to me.
He did not?
No,
Did he?
no.
Thank you.
And when did you said you continued to see him as a doctor. Did that care continue all the way to 2009? Or?
It did.
And did you receive a letter from Dr. Murray telling you he was going to be closing his practice and going overseas?
I did.
And did he explain to you why he was doing that?
The letter was self-explanatory.
Well, it says he was going on a sabbatical. Did he tell you any other details?
No.
When did you learn that he was going to be Michael Jackson's personal doctor?
I didn't even know it until I seen it on TV.
So he never told you that?
No.
So he just sent you a letter and you got it in the mail and it said, I'm no longer your doctor, I'm taking a sabbatical?
It wasn't quite like that.
What can you explain?
Just a moment, please. The objections, one moment, please. The objection is sustained. The last answer is stricken disregard. Re-ask, please.
But you never had verbal communication with Dr. Murray about that. Is that accurate?
I did have verbal confirmation with him about it.
Okay, but he just didn't mention Michael Jackson.
Correct.
Okay. And then you got the sabbatical letter saying he was going to take a leave because a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity arose, or something to that effect, correct?
Exactly.
Now, in your care with Conrad Murray, again, it was all for your heart and it involved these stents,
That was partially it, yes.
and he did very detailed care. He monitored your heart,
When I was in his office, he did.
took x-rays,
He sent me places to get x-rays.
kept medical records.
You'd have to ask him. That's above my scope.
Well, you commented that you had x-rays and that you commented that he monitored your heart, correct?
Yes?
And when was the last time Dr. Murray put in a stent?
I believe it was around, he put one more in after the first 13 or 12 or whatever it was, a couple years later. I was exhibiting,
I'm just at, when was the year that he put in the last stent?
I don't know,
Can you estimate for me, please?
approximately 3 years after my first one, which was in either 2000, 2001.
Okay, so the last time he did anything as far as a stent in your heart was around 2003, is that fair?
Or 4, yes.
2003.
Or 5, I mean, boy,
I'm sorry?
it could have been 4 or 5. It could have been anywhere in there. I didn't really mark it on my calendar.
Okay. But that was the last time he had done any heart procedure regarding these stents?
Yes, he still treated me for other stuff after that.
Did he ever treat you for sleep disorders?
No.
Drug dependency?
No?
Thank you. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Walgren, thank you. Mr. Chernoff, redirect.
No, Judge, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chernoff. May Mr. Hicks be excused?
Yes.
Mr. Walgren?
Yes, thank you, Your
Mr.
Honor.
Hicks, give me a moment, please.
Okay.
Please don't discuss your testimony and the facts of the case with any other witness until we finish the trial. And now you may step down and leave, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Walgren? Mr. Chernoff?
Okay. Can we take a break? Is it possible for us to do that?
Can I ask you to see counsel for a moment? Pause, ladies and gentlemen. That refreshes.